Hi, families, and welcome to Back to School Night 2020. I'm going to be talking to you about what our schedule looks like for this year, a little bit about online behavior, and then some academic stuff. So it's really nice to have all your wonderful students in my class. I'm absolutely loving seeing their smiling, enthusiastic faces every day. So, our schedule for this year starts with our whole class meeting every morning at 8:45, and that meeting goes from 8:45 to 9:30. That's followed by 4 small group times. In the whole class meeting, we'll be doing things like I will be front loading the seesaw activities for the day. We'll do a whole group read aloud and lesson, and we'll do math lessons. During the small group time, right now, we'll be focusing on letter names and sounds, letter writing, phonemic awareness, and eventually we will start on a reading program called SIPS. Regarding online behavior, students will join meetings with their microphones off. Individual students will be prompted to turn their microphones on when they're called on to answer questions or make observations, etc. Students are ready to learn when they get on screen. This means sitting up straight, looking at the teacher, no eating, staying focused, and listening. Students may wear their headphones if they want. Students should come to meetings prepared with any materials they might need. Mrs. Negro will let parents know what materials students will need. Right now, students need a whiteboard pen, and an eraser. And I'll let you know when students need to come prepared with other materials. As far as reading, we will practice letter names and sounds in class every day, but it's also extremely helpful if you can practice the letter names and sounds with your child at home. Best way to do this is usually on flashcards. When your child is able to learn and name 20 lowercase letters, they'll be able to start in a small group with a reading program called SIPS. Students will learn to read short words, sight words, and sentences by the end of kindergarten. Short words are words that students sound out. Examples are mat, pan, and sit. So if they were reading a word like that, they would sound it mat, mat. And then sight words are words that will be memorized and automatic. Words such as my, see, and the. And when they see those words, they just know what the word is. They read it quickly. See. Also, for reading, it's extremely helpful if you can read to your child at home every night. It really helps with reading comprehension and modeling for kids what good readers do. In kindergarten, students will understand the difference between fiction and nonfiction books and text. They'll also be able to ask and answer questions about stories, identify characters and setting, make predictions about text, retell stories, and identify key details in text. And those are things we also do in class. But after you're done reading with your student, if you can ask them questions about the story, maybe who the characters were, what the setting is, have them make a prediction about what's going to come next, or after you're done reading, have them retell the story to you in their own words. For writing, all kids should have received journal paper, and that has a blank area at the top with lines underneath for writing. So the picture goes in the top box, and the writing, the words, the sentences go on those lines below. Students are going to start by writing words, sounding them out, and eventually sentences to go along as they grow as writers. If a student draws a picture of themselves, for example, on a sunny day with their family, they would tell an adult all about it using complete sentences orally. But they're not going to write all of that. For example, they might just write the word sun and they would sound out that word sun and write the sounds that they hear on the lines. It's okay if words are not spelled correctly. If they are sounding it out, phonetically putting the sounds that they hear on paper, that's actually what we want to see in kindergarten. And then as we go along in the year, kids will start writing simple sentences. The sun is hot, and so on. For math, I just listed some important math skills that students will learn throughout the year and have mastery with at the end of the school year. And those are recognize and name the numbers 1 through 20 out of order. So that means they see any number from 1 to 20 and they can say the name of that number. They'll also be able to count a group of objects and write the corresponding number from 1 to 20. They'll work on naming their 2D shapes. Those are the flat shapes, circle, square, rectangle, and triangle. And the 3D shapes, those are three-dimensional, sphere, cylinder, cube, and cone. They'll also be practicing counting to 100 by ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. They'll also be practicing counting to 100 by tens, and that would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, like that. They'll also work on solving addition and subtraction word problems with numbers adding up to 10. And there's some other math skills, of course, we'll be learning, but those are some big ones that are important for the kids to know. So I just want to tell everyone that I've enjoyed the year so much. I am so enjoying my whole group time with the kids. I'm really enjoying my small group time with the kids when I can focus in on a smaller group of children. And I've really enjoyed and appreciated the positivity and the helpfulness of all the parents reaching out to me with questions, the teamwork that we're doing to solve problems. I know that this is all new and it's not the easiest thing, and there's problems with technology, but I really just feel super grateful that I have a wonderful group of parents and a wonderful group of kids this year, and we can all work together to make it the best year that we can. So, as usual, reach out to me with any questions that you have, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.